What it is, what it do, and how the hell are all of you? With yours truly, Petra, fucking back with another mother love. You already know the deal. Grab your smoke, grab your drink, and lock in with your boy, because we back. We back with another one. Now, in this one, it's going to be a tad bit the same, but we're going to be roasting motherfuckers like we got nothing better to do with our Saturday night. Now, I'm fair warning you that some of the things you may trigger you. And I'm not saying they're going to trigger you like they do leftists. I'm just going to say some of the shit you about to see probably going to trigger you on like what the fuck kind of a level. You know what I mean? So like I said, this is a fair warning. Enjoy. So now we got I guess their name is HogKitty2 on Twitter, but I'm gonna call them Dozo the Clown, Bozo the Clown. This is the weird shit again. Like, I'm gonna always say that it's a kids app. Cause it is. It's meant for kids. It was made for kids. And adults just, took it over. Especially weirdo fucks like this guy. You want to dress like this, you do it to the best of your fucking abilities. I don't care. But you leave it open to be roasted. And that I'm here for. The mole on your face, I don't know if it's real, because I didn't look any further into your shit. But between the mole, the poorly put on makeup, and the scruff in the rainbow colored hair, I don't know if you're trying to be the rapper 6ix9ine, or if you're trying to hit all the levels of, I don't know what the fuck I am, I never have, and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But that being said, just looking at you, when I seen it, I was live, he was live, so I couldn't just pause him. So I had to suffer through it right away. So you guys haven't had to suffer. Welcome to what I had to see.
You know what? I'm not going to put on a shirt for you, okay? If you don't like to see a beautiful woman, then maybe you're a homosexual man.
Beautiful woman. My God. What about this is beautiful? Nothing. Not a goddamn thing. And I had said the other day to a family member that when, I don't think you're supposed to feel bad for the devil. I don't think you're supposed to feel bad for him. But I do know that if what God said is about abominations is true, the devil, I feel bad for you, motherfucker, because all these motherfuckers in hell, oh my God. But that, when it comes to harshness, that's pretty harsh. But that's how I see it. This man's gonna say you're probably a homosexual if you don't take him as a beautiful woman. What? That's like the BBC article. Was it BBC? It was an article about lesbians saying that they were being pressured into sleep with trans women. Like, both are extremely fucked up. But I think this guy, thinking that he's a beautiful woman, may take the motherfucking cake. I'm just saying. Now let's let him finish out. He only got like 9 seconds left.
You know what? But I'm a beautiful woman.
Nope.
And I'm going to show my body. Okay? I'm showing my body.
This is a kids app. Kids app. I'm a beautiful woman. I'm going to show my body. Look at this. No amount of makeup in the world could fix what's wrong with you. And that's the God's honest truth. Nothing about this person could fix. Nothing about what you could do to your body is going to fix you and or that insane ass personality. Now, I'm not saying that you can't be who you want to be to the best of your abilities, but you just can't. That's first off, to say that you're a beautiful woman to me is extremely disingenuous, and I think it takes away from women wanting to be women. I think people like this scare women from wanting to be women. Period. And this is the harshest thing I could say because it's the truth. If this man was walking behind a woman in the middle of the midnight, 1 a.m., that woman's going to walk faster and clutch her fucking purse. That's a promise. Because you're that fucking creepy. On to the next one. Now, I'm sure we've all seen this one. I mean, this video has spanned a lot of different content creators, whether it's the right, the left. It's covered a lot. And I don't know if it's because it's the amount of pronouns this person uses or the way they try to use them. As I've said before, I think a lot of people in the LGBT community use their sex, their gender as their identity versus the content of their actual character. They don't want you to know who they are truly because they don't know who they are truly. They know what facade they can put on. And I'm not saying that's for gay people. I'm not saying that's for lesbians. I'm not saying that's for bi people. But if you're going to claim you're pansexual or you're fucking, you're some shit that you had to make up, because that's made up. I'm sorry. I don't care if it's in Webster. I don't care if it's in Oxford. I don't give a fuck. Nobody was calling themselves pansexual 300 years ago or 100 years ago. It wasn't happening. But let's progress.
I'm Cody. Pronouns em, ers, or zem, zers, or really any neo-pronouns that aren't z, her, hers. I am a...
So they're willing to be called anything except... Basically, I think it's he. I think they want to be called either their or them, even though I would never call you those. I don't care if someone says, oh, you can use them in a singular way. You can also sit on a fucking piece of gum. The fuck? Like, I don't give a shit if you can use it as a singular or not. That's not the fucking point, and it never has been. It's the fact that there is somebody, a single person, wants to be referred to as them or they, when that's not how that works. Even because there's people on TikTok and Twitter and Facebook that will go to the extremes to tell you that they can. They can be singular and use it. Well, of course they can, but it doesn't make it right. Now,
white transmasculine femme non-binary temporarily mostly able-bodied neurodivergent obsessive
temporary mostly able-bodied. Is that not offensive to people that actually are disabled? Is that not offensive to the people that literally are bedridden? Is that not offensive to people that literally have issues? Temporarily mostly able-bodied. Obsessive compulsive. Because you like shit a certain way? You know, I think that's probably the least of your fucking issues. I bet you would tell me you're depressed and also have fucking ADHD. Something that Gen Z and millennials all seemingly suffer from in mass groups. Either depressed or need some Xanax, need some Adderall. Now you need Xanax, Adderall, and puberty blockers. Crazy. Or testosterone. Or estrogen. Funny how it just keeps adding to more of what they need, huh? Fucked up is what it is. Now let's let them finish. Because there's more. Chronically ill, culturally Jewish. Unitarian Universalist. My God. A lot of this, like, culturally Jewish. Huh. Okay. What does that mean? Could you be culturally Baptist Christian? Could you be culturally Muslim? Could you be culturally Catholic? I would almost venture to say, no, you can't. But yet, these motherfuckers think you can. I think just because you can put two words together like cat, dog, doesn't mean anything. Just because you put it together. Chronically ill, but yet temporarily mostly able-bodied. What are you chronically ill with? I mean, I know you need to see a medical professional that is not willing to stroke your ego. That's a fact. But what else could you possibly be chronically ill with when you have this much of a fucking list? Again, we're going to go over it again. White, transmasculine, femme, non-binary, temporarily mostly able-bodied, neurodivergent, obsessive compulsive, chronically ill, Unitarian Universalist, culturally Jewish.
Unitarian Universalist, non-monogamous.
Non-monogamous. That I don't think you sleeping with anybody except yourself and your other 7 personalities.
Low romantic, gray demisexual.
Demillo-romantic. See, you're coming up with words. There is no way you are not coming up with words. Gray demi-bisexual. Oh my God. First off, you guys can, I don't know what it is. There's another video of 2 other weirdos out there claiming about their demons, this, that, the other. You guys are not demons. I don't care how you want to make the word yours. It's not fucking flying. You're taking Urban Dictionary too far. Coming up with all these gray demi-bisexual. Hold up, I thought you were a white transmasculine femme. I thought you were non-binary. Isn't non-binary and bisexual 2 different fucking things? You don't even know what the fuck you are. But yet you want everybody to accept this kind of bullshit. Now, see, someone might ask me, Petrov, man, you're an asshole. Part of my character, baby. Not my identity. But none of this is actually about any of your character. None of this is. Non-binary, temporarily mostly able-bodied. None of this is about your character of who you are. These are just titles. These are just labels. And for a group that doesn't want to be labeled or titled, y'all sure give yourself a whole lot. Did you want little colored Post-it notes put on the side of these so you remember where they are? I could give you some.
Survivor of acute and complex trauma, millennial, and cat parent in mental health recovery.
See,
I think about it sometimes.
Yeah, right. Let's listen to him.
Maybe like an asteroid isn't that bad.
Now, see, that's kind of extreme. An asteroid hitting the Earth because of shit like that. I mean, the fact that, maybe he's right. When you want to call yourself a cat parent, maybe an asteroid just isn't that bad. Like, mentally ill when they said when she or he or they or whatever said mentally ill, we knew that to begin with. When you said white, trans, masculine, femme, we all knew. Everybody knew that you had some mental problems. Hence the Xanax, Adderall, and whatever the fuck you was taking to look how the fuck you want to look. And y'all know I had to hit this one. First homecoming king. Like, I get it. You want to wear dresses. You want to be a girl, this, that, that. I don't give a fuck what you want. But that doesn't mean you should be able to run against all the other girls that were running. Now, I guess all the girls could have stepped down and let you take the dub. I don't believe that, but I guess they could have. Now, and I'm not saying that's what happened, but I do think it's weird. And then what about the homecoming queen? The actual so then the other homecoming queen, is that a homecoming queen? King, I mean? Like, it's so weird. And it's not shocking that it's in high school, because I've said before that a lot of this I think is a trend. There's a lot of people that, what is it called, after they were just, one person was just on Elijah Schaefer the other day talking about it, on You Are Here, I think it was, him and Sydney Watson's podcast. They was talking about it, and the lady, Brittany, or I don't want to fuck her name up, I don't know if it was Brittany, but it was, last name was Phet, Fetsy or something like that. Anyways, she was saying that I don't know if that was the same lady that was on Joe Rogan. I don't think it was, but I had said before that I think it's a trend in that a lot of these people point out that after, you're after high school is over and all that attention's gone, things are a lot different. Because in high school, they can all love you and give you the dub now and rub your back and stroke your ego and make you feel real good, but that's not how the real world is. See, that's the one thing high school is not like anymore. High school at one point taught you about the real world and what you was going to have to expect. Now it's blanketing you from the real world. You're going to teach all these people that this is how it's going to be. It's not fucking going to be that way. You're never going to have everybody and their mama jump on your bandwagon because you want them to. Because you scream at them to. Same difference when the other video, it's a Gundam, talked about it. But this chick, man, she was mad as fuck that her mom gave her like a month to get a job or some shit, right? Or she needed to get the fuck out. This girl was like, you're always misgendering me, you're dead naming me, rah, rah, rah. The mom's like, I don't give a fuck about none of that. You ain't paid rent, get the fuck out of my house. But you're going to tell someone that named you, that raised you, that they're misgendering you, and they're dead naming you. You ever think about how disrespectful it is to be like, I don't like my name? They liked it enough to give it to you. Now, if your name is like Jethro or Bertha, I get it. I'd be pissed too. But you got people out here making molehills in the mountains. You know what I mean? They're really reaching. They're really pushing. And when you see something like this is wild. Now, I'm not going to play the sound or nothing because I don't really want to hear it. But like I said, like right here, male homecoming queen, I wrote that shit in. Because that's what it is. It's crazy. Like, and the fact that the kid's probably gay. Most likely. Yeah. And like I said, you want to take the dub, you go for it. If you're the most feminine person, I guess go for it. But again, all the other people that ran, all the people before that, it looks weird as shit, and it's not. It doesn't set a good, in my eyes, it's not a good role model. This is not a good teaching moment. This is not good. But people can believe what they want, how they want. I'm okay with that. I just want to be able to be treated the same. I want to be able to be treated, and if I want to say what I want to say, I want to be who I want to be, that needs to be okay too. You can't force me to want to bow to your game because that's what you want. That's not how this works. It's not how it's ever going to work. And I don't bow. I'm not bowing before nobody except God, and you ain't God. So, and this is the last one for this episode, but this is another one. You got another person sitting in here putting on makeup with a fucking beard. I don't care if you want to express yourself the way you want to express yourself, but how can you call yourself a woman when you got a fucking beard? It don't make no sense to me, and it's not ever going to make sense to me. And I'm not going to act like it does. And the older I get, and the more I see this, I'm just like, how far gone are some people? Because you got to be real far gone to do this. And I mean, look, let's let it play.
That looked better in my head.
See? Just the voice, everything.
Like most things with myself. Okay, that's not as bad.
And I don't listen
also,
to much of it.
Speaking of rodeo clowns, I don't know if they still have this as a thing, but there was a...
And I don't listen, I don't ever go in longer than, sometimes I go in a minute, but I'm not going to sit there for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes and listen to this kind of shit. It's not ever going to happen. And the further we go into 2021, the millennial, whatever, the millennium, whatever the fuck you want to call this, the weirder it may get. Because there has been no signs of them stopping. You know what I mean? You've given them an inch, they've taken a mile. You've given them land, they want the sea. It's crazy. And when people don't stop, that's people just don't do that. You give someone an inch, they're always going to try to take a mile. You know, and that's where I think a lot of this is, again, I'm going to say trend hopping. You people are, it's trendy to want to get attention. It's trendy to want to be the popular person. You know what I'm saying? And when you see some of the statistics that actually come with the LGBT community, especially the trans community, and especially the way it's blowing up. Like, I remember when I was in high school, I'll be honest, there was, I think pretty much, I don't want to say pretty much, but a lot of the girls that I knew were bisexual. There was a couple girls that we knew were lesbians. There was a couple boys that we knew were gay. But we didn't know about, there were no transsexuals that we knew of. But now, decade later, at least 5 of the people I went to high school with are transsexual. Funny how it all happens, that you can all come out all now. But it was okay being a lesbian 10 years ago. It was okay being a lesbian 7 years ago. But the minute you were able to get the attention, I'm not saying that's everybody, but in some of the cases I've seen, the anecdotal evidence I have, it doesn't look good. And you can't sell someone apples when you really are trying to sell them oranges. And that's why I think a lot of the community gets such the backlash it does, because you're not being honest. You're being disingenuous, but you think you're being honest. And that's the problem. You got people that don't even look outside of themselves, because what they're dealing with is ever consuming, and it only revolves around them. And that's when it becomes a problem for everyone else, because when you only revolve around you and you don't take into account anyone else around you, and you think that everyone else around you is going to do your bidding because you want them to, the problem is you, not them. And that's one of the things I'm going to keep pointing out. I'm not saying that there's not people out there that are actually dealing with gender dysphoria. So I'm not saying that, because I'm sure there is. But when you come out with a new sex every week, a new gender every other day, it becomes watered down to the point no one gives a fuck. Except quit jamming it down our fucking throats. And if you're not willing to do that, then just shut the fuck up. All the way around. That's how I see it. And I know that's how other people see it too. And on that note, that's exactly where I'm going to leave this motherfucker. You already know what it is. Peace.